And we're looking at them like, are y'all roommates?
Say that again.
Because if you're married,
I like that.
Why is it that 50-50?
Right.
Somebody just please pay the light bill.
All right, what's up, everybody? We are back in the place. Welcome to Young and Married. It's Mark and Jen, and we've got a great one for you this week. But listen, subscribe to this channel, share this. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? We want you to stay connected with all of the content that God is giving us so that we can just send it out and be a blessing to your life. Listen, there is no perfect marriage, but we're all striving to do better and allow God to be the center of our marriage. So listen, let's get this thing started today. I'm going to kick it to you, Jen, but why don't you let the folks know what we're talking about today?
These three things are destroying your marriage.
Okay, let's go. It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
So we have at least three things. Maybe we'll give you a bonus if we feel like we need to.
Yeah.
But one thing that's destroying your marriage is the fact that you believe everything should be 50-50.
Okay, that's how you starting.
Well, any one of these three would have been a strong start.
Okay.
But in marriage, so many people think that it's supposed to be 50-50.
Right.
And it's not even 60-40 or 70-30.
Yeah.
It has to be 100-100.
Okay.
But each person has to put in 100% based on what they do best and where their strengths are.
Right.
But it can't be 50-50 because if I'm trying to divide my marriage and say everything is 50-50, then that means I have to figure out what day someone's doing the laundry, and if it's not my day, even if the laundry's piled up, I'm not doing it because it's not my day.
Right.
Dishes, same thing. And then it can go even deeper than that.
Right.
People we've heard of married couples that are like dividing up bills.
Yeah.
Right? Like we've counseled with married couples who are saying, hey, what do y'all think about this? I work and she works.
Yeah.
So the light bill, if the light bill is, $250 that month.
Yep.
I have to give $125. She has to give $125.
Yeah.
And we're looking at them like, are y'all roommates?
Say that again.
Because if you're married,
I like that.
Why is it that 50-50?
Right.
Somebody just please pay the light bill. Because it's all our money. That's not necessary. It's all our money. So if you're saying this is my spouse.
Come on.
Not my college roommate, not my cousin that I'm living with or my sibling that I'm splitting rent with or whatever.
Yeah.
You're saying this is my spouse.
Right.
Then it should be our money.
Right.
And if it's our money, maybe it should just be more of a, hey, who's going to take care of the light bill in terms of who's just going to make sure it gets paid.
Right.
But why is it out of my paycheck, I'm putting $125, and if you don't put up $125 from your paycheck, then we're not able to pay the light bill.
That's so good. I love that because that's just one example of why 50-50 in marriage doesn't work. Because God really says that the two shall become one.
Right.
He never envisioned for the one to be divided and to be split. It's about coming together to be one.
Right.
It's not really about two people working together in a partnership. No, it's blended, and marriage should be blurred and unified to the extent that you really can't discern and detect where the separation is. That's why 50-50 doesn't work.
No.
It requires 110%
from both.
From both parties.
Because also, Mark, if you think about it, if it's only 50-50, what you're saying is I'm only willing to put in 50% effort, energy, time, resources to make my marriage work, but it takes all of you for the marriage to work.
That's good.
So I have to put in 100% effort.
Yeah.
And do my part.
Yeah.
And then my trust is that you'll also put in 100%. But actually, when people say, oh, I want to split it so that it's fair, but what you're saying is both parties shouldn't put their full selves into the marriage. You should only give 50% of what you can offer to the marriage. And when you look at it from that perspective, that's not a good deal.
Yeah, because people have this idea of fair, and I think what people are really trying to say is equal.
Yeah.
They want marriage to be equal, but it can't be equal.
No.
It can only be fair. And sometimes fair is you doing 100% and it feels like the other person is doing 25% because they're just not good with numbers.
Yeah.
So why are they sitting there with the bills doing the budget?
Yeah.
No, let them give their 25%. You give your 75%. You give 100% if you need to. You go all in.
Yeah.
Because you have to make up the difference. That's fair.
Yes.
But it's not equal.
You know, that's so good because using our own marriage as an example.
Yeah.
I would say I probably do 95% of the laundry.
98. Let's kick it up. Let's kick it up.
Okay.
98.
Because to say Mark has never and will never do laundry is not true. You have done laundry when we need a load done. So there's been times where I don't feel well, or I'm out of town, or whatever the reason is, or maybe I'm just tired that week, like exceptionally tired, and I see that you'll be like, hey, you know what, Jay, I'm gonna put in a load of lights. Do you need me to put something in for you as well? Because you'll just make sure, hey, I'll grab whatever you want me to grab for this load. But if I were to say, well, our marriage isn't fair because I do 98% of the laundry, that's actually not correct. It's not equal.
It's not equal.
But it's fair. And you know why it's fair? Because there's some things in this house that I never have to worry about.
Right. And it's also fair because I don't use dryer sheets.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I don't use dryer sheets. So it's actually fair that you do the laundry.
Yes.
Because we need dryer sheets.
We need the dryer sheets, guys. His theory when we were dating is that I don't use dryer sheets. And by the way, he doesn't come from a household that didn't use dryer sheets.
Yeah, just don't put my mom and my sister out there. Right?
Yeah, I want to let everybody know. My mother-in-law does buy and use dryer sheets. But he just, when he was a single guy still living at home, he was like, I'm going to just put it in the dryer. And I said to him, what about if it's a little static? He was like, you just fling it?
You just fling that thing, flash it, and all the static come right out.
So, yes, he's right. That it's fair.
It's fair.
Because, Mark, there are some things that you handle at the house because I'm not good at those things. And I never have to touch it.
Yeah.
When I say I never, like, I literally never touch garbage.
Yeah.
In this house.
Yeah. Because
you're not the type of guy that's like, well, I take out the garbage 4 days of the week, so you should at least pick up 3.
Right.
If he's not home, well, our son does it a lot now.
Yeah.
But especially when he had to go out of town here and there, he would tell our son, don't have your mom taking out the trash. Take out the trash for your mom while I'm gone.
Take out the trash for your mom. And I think this 50-50 comes from an idea that people have about marriage, but it actually destroys marriage.
And it's a worldly view.
It's a worldly
really
view.
Not biblical.
And I think it's also coming out of the, I wouldn't say oppression, but the diminishing of women and their roles just in society.
Yeah.
Because we've had to uplift women over time. Now women feel like, oh, I can do that too. Right? Yeah. So instead of there being clear, understandable roles in each marriage that's unique to each marriage, sometimes I think there's an overcompensation because,
that's good, Mark.
Oh man, I'm just as strong as you.
Right.
No, let that man take all the water bottles from Costco into the house. Let him do that. We know you're strong.
Exactly.
Let him bring the water bottles
Yeah, like if there's a man right there, why do you want to say something like, I can open my own door? We know that women are strong enough the average woman is strong enough to open a door.
Right.
But if a man is there who wants to open the door, why would you say, I can open my own door? Do you know though, Mark, that I am going to start paying attention more to this? Because there's a theory out there by a lot of women online that are saying, when you present in public very feminine and soft, even men who don't know you from a hole in the wall are more likely to give their seat to you on a train, open the door for you when they see you, versus if you start like hard, like you're coming out your car hard, walking towards the door hard, talking hard. There's a theory out there where some girls say that they have actually tested it. Like they'll say, for the next 60 days, I'm going to make sure I like go out of my way to... Some women go as far, Mark, as to say, there was one girl who said for 30 days she wore nothing but skirts and dresses. And it didn't come from like a biblical, she was just like, I want to look as feminine as possible. So she wore a dress or a skirt for 30 days straight every time she left the house. And she said she noticed a significant difference in how men treated her versus when she was in her sweatpants, didn't do her hair. And that's not to say that if you see a lady with sweatpants on, you shouldn't hold the door. No. But she was saying that, hey, even if you have on jeans, but you present feminine and soft, it makes most men say, oh, open her door. She can't open her door. And my thing is, when my husband's not with me, I'm fine with strangers opening the door for me. Why am I opening the door if there's a gentleman right there? Do you know how many times, Mark, men have, I don't know, hey, ma'am, they open the door, you go ahead of me, right? You're in the grocery store, you're feminine, you're respectful. Oh, do you want to go ahead of me in line for that? And I'm not saying that men that don't know me owe me that. I'm just saying that why are we as women, we can't have it both ways. So we can't say everything men can do, I can do and want to do, but then complain when we say, well, why are men asking for things to be 50-50? Because if you say... I can do what you can do, some men are like, all right, then do it then.
Listen, I think that's so good, because this idea of 50-50 is just a misconception, and it destroys marriages, right? It definitely, absolutely destroys marriages, because you walk into it thinking that, oh, I'm only going to have to do half. And you realize that it takes a full commitment to do this thing right. So that's a good one. I think that's a good one. Let's go on to the next one. We're doing today 3 misconceptions.
No, 3 things that are destroying your marriage.
3 things that are destroying your marriage. It really ideas that people have around marriage before they jump into marriage.
Or sometimes while they're in it, if they haven't been told certain things.
And I think that's important for us to tackle today. One of the things that could be destroying your marriage that I thought about, Jen, is expecting your partner to do something, but you haven't clearly told them that you need it.
So expecting them to be a mind reader.
I feel like, it can absolutely erode and deteriorate a marriage, because you're like, I've been living with this person. They should know me by now. And they should know what I like and what I dislike.
Like that song, If You Don't Know Me By Now.
Listen, you'll never.
You will never. It's like 15 nevers.
Right. Because they lived it. And they're like, okay, if we've been doing this thing so long and you don't know me by now, then actually there's no hope for you. But isn't that a problem, though? Isn't that a problem if you take that kind of mentality and incorporate it into your marriage? It's a problem, because we have realized that you have to say what you want, what you need, and stop assuming that the other person knows. And you're looking at your spouse and you're like, they actually don't really love me. They don't care. They don't want to help me. They don't want to assist me. And it could be nothing of the sort. It actually could be that you haven't said it.
Haven't said anything,
And you can't read my mind, Jen, and I can't read your mind.
Correct.
And I used to feel like women are so complex. Like women are like, how in the world can you figure out the mind of a woman? But I've realized after being married for almost 19 years, men are complex as well.
Thank you.
Just in a different way.
Thank you. Y'all are not easy.
Just in a different way.
Y'all think that y'all are so easy to understand. And it's just, it's just not true. I agree that you're complex in different ways, but
Right.
men are also complex.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What's interesting is some of the simplest things men do confuse women.
Why are we going there?
See? Walk with me. So what I mean is sometimes women, because we're emotional and we can be just all into details.
Yeah.
And we say to our husband something like, so-and-so at work said that she doesn't like the way I fill out the company forms for supplies requests. Let's say something like that. But we're hype about it.
Yeah.
And our husband is like, man, well, you know what? Who cares what she thinks about how you fill out supply requests?
Who cares?
If your boss is fine with it, then it's fine.
Who cares?
And so it's such a simple response that women are confused. Like, why are you not hyped with me?
Right.
Why are you not also upset at my coworker?
Because you want us to ask, what's her name?
Yeah.
Where does she grow up? How does she do her hair? What does she wear to work? When she asks you those questions, where does she ask you those questions? Is it before lunch or is it after lunch? Is it when she's holding the door? You want us to get all the details surrounding it, and that's how you'll know that we care. And we're like, but didn't we listen and didn't we respond? That means we care. that means we care. And it's simple to us.
Oh, yeah.
But to you and to ladies and to women, for the most part, it's complex.
Yeah.
It's complex. And so in that scenario, Jen, a woman may be feeling like, well, he didn't ask me any specifics about it. He must not care. And she hasn't taken the time to say, hey, babe, you know what means a lot to me? Is that when I bring you something, it may seem simple and small to you, but I want you to ask me questions.
Yeah. Because men are like, if you just break it down for me, I'll know how to help you or how best to serve you, love you, whatever.
Because it's happened to us with the dishes.
Yeah, absolutely.
It happened to us with the dishes. I mean, for the first few years of our marriage, you were doing the dishes.
Yeah.
And one day you were like, hey, babe, can you help me with the dishes? So in my head, I'm like, help is the key word. So I interpret it as, okay, I'll do it once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. Man, a month in, I could see how upset you were. Every time after dinner, you're upset. I'm sitting there on my phone, you're doing the dishes, and I'm like, I did everything right. Like, I did my part. I was there. I was like, what could she be upset about? And then finally, you were like, I'm upset because you're not helping me with the dishes. I was like, I'm helping. You said help. So I'm doing it once every 2-3 weeks. To make a long story short, we came to the understanding that what you really needed was for me to take it on.
Yeah.
And what you came to find out was that I didn't mind taking it on.
Yeah. So to backtrack, when we first got married, I was cooking and doing dishes. We didn't have any kids.
Yeah.
We weren't pastoring.
Right.
Life was just simpler in some ways.
Yeah.
And then during this time when I started to feel like, man, I'm doing a lot, is because back then we weren't even splitting up kids drop off and pick up as much.
Yeah.
So I have 2 small kids. I'm dropping them off to school, picking them up from school, helping with little projects, filling out permission slips, making lunches, making their breakfast, making dinner. And so by the time we get to dishes, I was just tired and over it.
Yeah.
And everybody, at that time the kids were too young to do dishes.
Yeah.
So they're just getting up from dinner. Thank you, mommy. May I please be excused? Okay. They're going off to play.
Yeah.
You're in the kitchen, but you're on your phone or you're turning on the TV in the living room.
Watching the news.
And I'm just like, scrubbing with an attitude because I thought to myself, he should see that I bathe the kids.
Yeah.
In the morning when they get up, I help them wash up and brush their teeth for the day.
Right.
I then take them to school.
Yeah.
I iron their clothes. And I don't mind doing any of that.
Yeah.
I loved that phase when they were so little.
Come on.
I really feel like I shine as a mom that's stay at home.
Right.
I do. But for whatever reason, once it got to that time of the day and then dishes, I was just so tired. And I thought, he sees all that I do, he should want to do the dishes. Whereas he was interpreting it as, well, she's doing the dishes and not saying anything, so I guess she also likes doing that.
Because just like you listed all the things you were doing, I felt like on my side, I'm carrying all this load, providing for the house, doing all this stuff. So I'm like, hey, this is a fair deal. So we both were not articulating what we were thinking in our heads. So we were assuming, and that was getting us into trouble. And I couldn't read your mind. You couldn't read my mind. When we were mature enough to come to the table and have a communicative conversation around what was going on, I realized I could take this off your hands easy. Problem solved. I have no problems doing these dishes, because for me, doing dishes not a problem. I did it for my mom when I was growing up for years. I'll do it for the most beautiful lady that I care about. I'll gladly do it because it's not a burden for me. And boom, everything changed. We were just so much more joyful and excited and happy in the evening. It's amazing how that one simple thing changed a lot.
But then now our kids do the dishes, and I'm like, man, my husband is a really good dishwasher, because he's the one. I mean,
we were just complaining about that today. Their dishwashing is horrible, and I really hate like, do we have to walk them through how to? It's easier if I just do it.
Yeah, because he was like, I could just keep doing it. I'm like, no, they are too old to not be doing dishes, so they have to learn. But we're just coming behind them more than, you know. So that's just a sidebar that, listen, appreciate what your spouse does, because when it's a chore that the kids can take over and they do, you may feel like, but why are you doing that like that? He's such a good and for him doing the dishes, what I like is I get full service. He does the dishes, but then he also washes pots that don't fit in the dishwasher. He wipes down the counters. He wipes the stove. I have to give him his props. Like, literally,
you're really pushing me up. I think we need to turn this podcast off.
Okay, that's
because he's starting to make me feel good.
Okay,
on the inside. Let's go. Keep talking. But no, seriously.
But then our kids are like, I wash exactly what's in the. They don't want to wash a pot. And they're like, you said do dishes. And then when I'm like, well, why didn't you wipe down the counters? They were like, oh, you didn't say counters, you said dishes. I'm like, guys, doing dishes just means clean up the kitchen. They're like, you didn't say sweep the floor, Mom.
You didn't say all that. You didn't say all that. But, you know, trying to read your spouse's mind could absolutely be destroying your marriage. I just want to go here real quick before we move on to the next one. I think this is this is so destructive in marriages, especially when it comes to the bedroom, that you're coming into marriage, or you've been not even coming in, but you've been living with your spouse and you've been intimate with your spouse for years. And you may think you know what they like. But have you had a conversation? You're trying to read their mind. And a lot of problems in the bedroom stem from a lack of conversation, because the two parties are trying to read each other's mind. And you're just importing what you think may be best, or what you think they think may be best. And you're out here making mistakes, causing frustration, causing animosity, causing a level of reticence and resistance to actually wanting to be intimate, because you're not saying what's going on.
That's true.
And you're like, they should know by now. Look how long we've been sleeping in the same room, in the same bed. They should know what to do.
And I think it's important, Mark, while you're on that subject, not only to communicate your wants, likes, but if you're in a particular season where maybe you're feeling stressed or tired more than you're letting on, and your spouse may not understand that. Well, I'm not saying that means you're absolved from being intimate with your spouse. What I am saying is, maybe telling your spouse, hey, I'm so stressed in this season that I need you to help me find ways to decompress so that we can remain healthy and we can remain good. Because I know for women, especially, sometimes like you've told me that for guys being intimate actually can release stress.
Right.
But sometimes women, if they're too stressed,
Yeah.
they're like, I just want to go to sleep. I just want to watch a movie. I just want to read this book.
Yeah.
Women can be the opposite, right? So for a woman, that release may not actually be a stress reliever. She may just feel like, I just want to be like this because I'm so stressed.
So good.
So if you communicate with your husband, you know what? It's not you. I'm so stressed because of this and that.
Yeah.
The other important thing is that he doesn't think that he's the problem. Because if he's not the problem,
I love this.
Even if he was the problem, he needs to know that. But I'm
Yeah.
saying, especially if he's not the problem, he needs to know that because he needs to know that my job is stressing me, my boss is on me, or these kids are stressing me, or I'm frustrated with where we are financially and it's stressing me to the point. So at least he knows, hey, maybe it's not something I can fix overnight.
Right.
But I can find ways to help her decompress so that we both can.
Yeah. I think that's so good because just trying to live in your spouse's head is never a good deal.
No.
But we need to tell each other what's going on. All right, I'm going to kick it to you with another thing that is absolutely destroying marriages.
So the third thing that destroys marriages is the idea that marriage shouldn't be hard. And I thought it was so cool that we wanted to hit on this because I was listening to just a clip of a woman that I really respect from afar. She doesn't even know that I exist yet. I'm going to say yet. A woman that I admire in ministry. She's in her early 60s now. I believe she's been married since she was like 19 or 20 to the same man. In her clip, she was talking about the fact that marriage is hard. And what struck me about her clip is that she's been married to the same man all these years. She always talks about how they're in their early 60s. They still love each other. They still have fun. They like to travel. She's like, but guess what? Marriage is hard. And I think that because we live in a culture and a society, maybe what helps her, Mark, and I'm not even being funny, maybe what helps women like her is not only did they come from like our parents' generation, but she's never lived in the U.S. She's not born in the U.S., not raised in the U.S., never lived in the U.S. She lives in a developing country, and I think that may help her mindset of, I gotta work hard at having something successful. I think in Western culture especially, we've become so big on comfort and what makes us feel good and comfortable in the moment that any little discomfort, any little issue makes us say, oh, no, that's not for me. I gotta get out of that. But marriage takes work. How could it not? It's two people with two different perspectives, two different personalities, two different upbringings coming together as one. That's going to take work. And I'm not saying that your marriage should be hard every single day until Jesus comes. If you get married at 20 and now you're 40 and your marriage has been difficult literally every single day, something there needs to be examined. But to expect that it wouldn't take any work and that it's never going to be hard, that's actually a lie from the enemy that, oh, in this season my marriage is tough, I must need to head out.
It's so good, Jen, because when life gets hard, when marriage gets hard, I think people are like, hey, I'm going to, hit the eject button and I'm going to leave. And my thing is that what in life that's good, that requires purpose and partnership is not hard. Why do we think that marriage is this unique entity that doesn't require a level of work and will not be hard? Why do we, even if you can wrap your brain around the fact that marriage will take work, people can't really come to grips with the idea that marriage is hard. And what in the world makes you think that marriage is so different than anything else that's good in life? And it won't be hard. It will absolutely be hard. We're pastors, right? So if we walk into pastoring and sign on the dotted line to become pastors, we know that's hard. Why do we think though that marriage wouldn't be?
And Mark, it's true because
I don't know.
So many things in life that we continue to do are hard. So the older you get, the harder you have to work at being healthy.
Yeah.
Right? Because it seems like for most of us, your childhood, your teens, your 20s, you eat whatever you want, and it just seems to have no effect.
Yeah.
You get to 40 years old. When I went to my 40-year-old checkup, overall clean bill of health, my doctor was like, are you getting enough fiber? I'm like, since when am I counting fiber?
Right.
Like, I've never had fiber. Like,
right. People count calories. People don't count fiber.
Right. She was like, because I remember based on what she said, it wasn't a huge medical issue at all. But you had kind of thought of it first, and then the doctor was like, had followed up, and you were like, I said, Mark, you should have been a doctor. That's what the doctor just emailed me. But I say all that to say, I have to work hard.
Right.
At being a almost 41-year-old woman who's going to be healthy, not just look good on the outside, but be healthy.
Right.
I have to work hard at that. I have to watch what I eat. I have to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I have to go for walks. I have to drink a certain amount of water. But there are some people out here who will work that hard at their physique and their health, but then their marriage, they're like, I'm heading out. And I'm like, but how does that add up?
How in the world is it not going to be hard? And then if you're blessed to have children, you introduce these little aliens into your marriage.
Why are they aliens?
Because they are from a different planet. These kids are from a different planet. Okay? And I chose my words correctly. Kids come here and you're like, where did you come from? I did not expect you would look like this. I did not expect you would eat like this. I did not expect you would poop like this. I did not expect you would be this expensive. I did not expect you to be this needy. And I love my kids. But until you become acquainted with who they are, who God's called them to be, and wrap your head around having a family, they feel like aliens. If aliens have a feeling, because I've never encountered aliens. I don't know if you have. So I don't know what encountering an alien would be like. So this is such a good tangent because we have these ideas. And there's a mom out there, there's a dad out there right now, and you're like, how are you calling my kids aliens? There's somebody right
I'm
now.
wondering.
You're saying, I know, that's what you're saying. No. Let me say it right. You're sitting here saying, how are you calling our kids aliens? There's a mom or a dad out there right now that's saying, yeah, my kid is actually an alien. Because my point, Jen, is that it's so hard. That
parenting is not easy.
That it's foreign. It's like so much distance.
Do you give up your kids when parenting gets hard? The average person, the answer is actually no.
No.
We know there are some people that unfortunately abandon kids. I'm saying the average parent does not say, oh, parenting's hard, so I'm going to step away from my kid. You don't do that.
No.
You say, I'm going to hang in there with them.
Right.
And be the best parent I can be and trust God to do the rest. So why do you walk away from your marriage?
So we shouldn't be throwing our marriage away because it's hard. We shouldn't throw it away because it's hurtful. Because the people that can hurt you the deepest are the people that are closest to you.
Absolutely.
So why do we feel like my marriage is hard? I need to run from hard, discard hard, let it go, and then life will be better. No, life is hard, marriage is hard, great things are hard, and this idea that it won't be hard is something that people need to do away with.
Yes, you have to.
It will be hard. We've had a great marriage for almost 19 years.
Yeah.
And there have been such hardships and hard times. But because we're committed to stay in this thing, we're committed to hard.
Yes.
It's like we're committed to hard. We're not committed to easy. We're not committed to smooth sailing.
Yeah.
We have committed ourselves to hard. But the blessing of hard is that you get to share hard with somebody
I like that
else.
perspective.
Like if life is hard, I can't imagine doing hard by myself.
So it's like
I might as well do hard with you.
Yeah, so it's like when people say choose your hard, right? Because if you have a good spouse, right? They may be getting on your nerves as you're watching this.
Yeah.
Y'all may be in a tough spot as you're watching this. But if you can honestly step back and say, but at their core, they have the fruit of the Spirit. They have good character. They're a good wife, or they're a good husband.
Yeah.
Then choose your hard. Because isn't it harder to go through life separated from such a good person than to go through life with them, which is what you're saying? It's like choose your heart. Those memes that you always see, like one guy he's a fitness expert, and he often says it is absolutely hard to go to the gym consistently and eat right. He's like, but it is also hard to go to the doctor and now you're on different types of medications because your health is out of whack. So he's like, choose your heart, because he was like, good health is hard and poor health is hard. So choose your heart.
It's hard.
So if you're already married to a great person, wouldn't now to be single be hard?
Yeah. So don't think that it needs to be easy. Get that out of your head. Get that out of your head, because it's destroying your marriage, this idea that it has to be easy.
Yeah.
There are great moments. There are fun moments, but overall it's hard. It takes work. But what I've learned about just getting in the gym, lifting weights, is that pushing that bench pressing is hard.
Yeah.
But there's some joy. Like after working out consistently for years and years and years, I realized there's joy in that.
Right.
That it's hard, but there's a joy in it. And just feeling healthy. So your marriage is hard, but working on it will bring health to your life. It'll bring health to your family. It'll bring health to your heart, because they say that married couples, each party tends to live longer because they have a close relationship with someone.
Yeah.
Like it's hard, but there are benefits to it.
Yeah, and it's hard, but it's like I said before, Mark, because I want people to leave with the right impression. It's not that every day is just a hard, laborious, just trying to get through the day.
Yeah.
Overall, marriage done God's way is fun.
Yeah.
And it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
But yes, the hard part comes in with, again, always getting up and making that conscious decision.
Let's go.
That I'm going to love this person in every season.
Let's go.
You took vows for better or for worse.
Yeah.
So why, when things get worse, do we run? It's almost like we say it just to go through the motions, but we don't realize we've made a covenant before God to say in sickness and in health.
Yeah.
For richer or for poorer.
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
Yeah.
And I believe that God, when we say those things in front of him as a covenant, expects us to remember what we have promised, not only to our spouse, but ultimately what have we promised to him.
And maybe in those vows there's a little bit of misleading jargon, terms, vernacular, because the connotation or the sense is that for better or worse, richer or poorer, sickness or health, is that the person says, well, at least 50% of my marriage will be rich, will be better, and will be healthy. And then when the person is hit with a lopsided marriage, where it seems like it's more poor than it is rich, it is more worse than it is better, that person says, oh, this is too hard. But it was never a clear-cut 50-50 deal that you're getting.
Absolutely.
It may be more poor than rich.
Yeah.
It may be more sickness than health. But that is the hard that we sign up for.
Correct.
Because I believe there's a blessing in those things where you learn lessons, where you learn your spouse, where you get the oil in love and you squeeze it out and it brings soothing aloe, and it just soothes your soul, you know? So I just want to encourage people. I think this is a really good one.
This was a good one.
Jen, that these things, amongst many others, can really destroy our marriage if we let it. But we just wanted to highlight these things and say, hey, if you feel like, man, there may be a little bit of any of these things in your marriage, that you'll do everything you can to attack it, work on it, and make it better, because your marriage deserves to be saved. It deserves to get purpose out of it. So this has been a good one.
This is a good one.
Before we go, tell them about this book.
So y'all, this book is not new.
Yeah.
But it is available, and we want you to buy this for yourself. Buy it for a couple that's getting ready to get married.
Yeah.
Buy it for a couple that's already married.
Yeah.
You can even buy it for a single who believes that God is preparing them for marriage.
Yeah.
You can find this book, Marriage Cheat Codes, on Amazon. And the great thing is it's available in hard copy, but also ebook.
Yeah.
So if you're like us, where you usually have to get 2 copies of books because
one person likes,
I want the hard copy to highlight and underline. He does like having hard copies for our library at home, but he prefers to actually read it in real time on his iPad.
Yeah.
And he always says that when we travel, I can only choose like 2 or 3 books so as not to weigh down our luggage.
Yeah.
And he can choose all of his books because they're on the iPad.
Come on.
So we've even made it, because we know that marriage has different personalities. That's why it's available in hard copy, which is paperback, or ebook. But the thing is, just grab a copy.
Just grab it. Just grab it.
This is everyday tools to make marriage easy. I know we just said it's hard.
Yeah.
But this book's going to help make it easy.
Yeah. I think that's really good. So, we want y'all to have a great day, have a great week. Until we catch you next time. Share this, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Tell everybody you know about this that we're doing, because we know it's going to be a blessing, and it already has been a blessing to so many people. Well, y'all, this has been another episode of Young and Married, and we will catch you next time. Until then, take care. Young and Married.